We're back on ABC24 this week with our political analyst, Otis Sanford, the Daily Memphian, Sam Hardiman, and Tajuan Stout-Mitchell, political consultant. So let's pick up where we left off in terms of a lack of energy, I think was what we talked about. And I'm referring specifically to the Memphis-Shelby County School Board first, folks, because we have been waiting 9 months for a decision on a new superintendent. Their self-imposed deadline was the end of May. And now they're saying, yeah, we didn't have a new superintendent for the last day of school, and we won't for the first day of school in August either, at their meeting last Thursday. So that's where it sits. I'm just struck by the lack of, I don't know, energy behind finding somebody. Otis, I'll start with you on this. It's just nothing, crickets. They had a retreat. I mean, they've been having retreats.
They've had a couple of retreats, yeah. And all they have done is retreat. So it is a head scratcher for me. It shows, and again, with all due respect to people on the board, there are some good people there individually. But as a group, they are showing the most dysfunction I've seen in a school board in many a year I've been around here covering stories. To not be able to get anything done and to have top candidates say, take my name out of it, I don't want to be a part of this. And now you can't decide whether you want to move forward with the three leading candidates that you have right now. One of them is the interim superintendent, and there's questions about whether she's qualified. I mean, it almost makes the school board look like a laughingstock right now, and so they need to change that.
Which is what you don't want if you're a parent with a child in the Memphis-Shelby County school system.
Well, I probably have a different take on this.
Let's hear it.
I really think that the work they're doing now with the leadership of Tamika Hart is work that they should have done when the vacancy first occurred. And shame on, I'm gonna have to say this, shame on the search committee, the search firm, for not putting that in place to get a general consensus of what you're looking for in a superintendent, and if you want me to follow this policy or not. And if you don't want me to follow this policy, you need to change your policy.
But they had town meeting after town meeting. They had online surveys.
Right.
I mean,
but they didn't do this work. And that work as a collective body is necessary. Otherwise, what you will have is a search firm listening to the loudest board member and going after candidates and not hearing the voices of all 9. Now, I've served on that body too.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I've served on that body too. And that's why it is so important. I almost hate term limits for this reason, because when you learn what it is to be a board, it's about time for you to move on. You don't have term limits there, but they usually move on to other offices. But it's so important that they get this work done, and for Tamika to do this and provide this service for free. And then one of the board members said, well, how much is this gonna cost us? Mm-hmm. Well, you're paying a search firm. This is something they should have done that she is doing for free, and I'm through.
Well, if what you're saying is true then, and I'm not disputing it, why didn't the school board impose this will early on with the search committee? They seem to have set back. I don't think you would have done that, or the school board that I remember that you were on. You all wouldn't have done that. They just sat back and handed it all off to the search committee and didn't really ask a whole lot of questions about it until we got to the end, and then people started grousing about it. So I still have a problem with how the school board has handled this.
All right,
I can't argue that one.
Okay.